My name is Mephibosheth. Let me adjust that a little bit. Here it is. Mephibosheth. Yeah, I did it again. I can never get my whole name on that name tag, but I wanted to share a little bit of my story with you. So I grew up in Jerusalem, and my grandfather was Saul, the first king of Israel, and my father was Jonathan. And you know our country's history that both my dad and my grandfather were killed at Mount Gilboa, and I was 5 years old at that time. And I remember that day very clearly because my nurse came and told me what happened and said we had to leave. And she was carrying me out. And as she was carrying me out, she tripped and fell. And both of my legs were broken at that time. And I'm still lame today. I'm still crippled. But I lived for many years at Lodabar. And one day, David, who had now become king, and God had given the kingdom to him, he came asking for me. My servant Ziba came and found me and said that David wanted to see me. And I was petrified. I mean, I didn't know what to do. This is King David now. And I thought for sure he's going to kill me. I know that my life is not worth much to him. And I can't, it's the king. What am I going to do? So I went to go see David. And as I was carried in, I remember just falling on the floor and begging for his mercy. And he shouted my name, Mephibosheth, and I said, I am your servant. And I paid homage to him. And he said, don't worry, I'm not going to kill you. But because of the relationship that I shared with your father, with Jonathan, who was my dad, he said, I'm going to give you back all of the ancestral lands of your grandfather Saul. And I remember just saying to him, why would you even regard a dead dog like me? But then he told Ziba to be my servant and to take care of me. But I really didn't need Ziba's help at that point because David said that I was going to eat at his table for the rest of my life in Jerusalem. It's really hard to fathom. One minute you think that you're an outcast and you're about to die, and the next minute you're a wealthy man and you've been restored to a position that you never thought that you would ever get. David showed kindness to me two other times in my life. There was the time where his son Absalom was trying to take over the kingdom. And my servant Ziba at that point came and met David with a bunch of supplies and said that I didn't care about David, and that I was really going to try to take over the kingdom now that David was pushed out. It was so untrue, and I was so distraught over that. But after everything settled down and David came back, I hadn't taken care of my beard. I hadn't taken care of my feet. And David saw that I was waiting for him. But once again, he restored those lands to me. I mean, he separated them out between me and Ziba. But, and I said, I didn't care as long as David was safe. And there was one other time that David spared me from the Gibeonites who came, and they wanted revenge on the house of Saul. And David sent 7 of my family members to be slain. And that was hard, but once again, he took care of me. So I guess to sum up my life, I would say that I was crippled, I was rescued, I was reviled, and I was restored, sitting at David's table. I've included a link down at the bottom of the page to a song that was written about my life, and I wanted to share it with you. So hope to see you guys around. Take care.